Hello everybody! Today we have yet another episode of the Creative Series. So today what I'm planning on doing is making like a bridge that goes over this water here, and then maybe on the other side there will be like a gatehouse or something. Maybe with like towers, or it might get kind of weird in this spot, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, that's kind of the main go. And in the last episode, of course, we made this reflecting pool over here, and we made these columns with gardens over here, just on either side, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, especially this little experiment I did with the white glazed terracotta. It's a really nice block. So now what I think I'm gonna do is figure out what to do over here. So I definitely want to kind of give that backside a border. So I'm gonna see. Alright, so now that I got this back border done, now I need to figure out what I'm gonna do in these awkward in-between spaces. So, I think I'm going to just fill these in with bricks for now, but these might become kind of like special spaces, maybe like a space in between the tower and these. I need to build the tower first before I can work that out. Whenever I build the tower, it's going to come out of the water, but I'm going to have this base layer of granite that I'm gonna kind of have pop out a little bit, because it all pops out, and that'll create a cohesive, just a more cohesive building. Then once I hit this layer here, I'm actually gonna have it pop out just a little bit more, and that'll kind of communicate a sort of, I guess, structural quality that it has. But I'm not going to use just these polished granites. I'm also going to use rough granite, because it would look kind of weird if it was just a grid. So you can see here that I've kind of made it to where the stairs go up the same amount that they do on the pavilion over here, and all that is kind of in an effort to kind of like keep this baseline consistent along all the buildings. So I've decided to move these little base blocks inwards, because that's just how they are on the pretty pavilion, and I just want to keep it similar. So these are so this block is in line with that block. That's how we keep things ordered here on the Glitchy 117 show. I don't know if I like that shape or not. Maybe we can add some thingies in here that'll make it more good, because sometimes things can be made good that aren't good at the start. I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. We're rethinking things. We are reevaluating our decisions. I don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like it. I do not like green eggs and ham. And I never will. Because you're putting food dyes in it, you little freak. You know what? I just got a fun idea. Instead of walking over the arch, why don't we walk under the arch? We're going to walk under the arch, and it's going to become a suspension bridge instead. It could also be interesting if we just like actually add another layer of that ornament, and just have it pop out even further, just right there. So now we kind of have like multiple layers going on. And you can also see that I've kind of borrowed the ideas from like the supports of the pavilion and the columns as well. So it all kind of ties into each other. I like that. There's kind of an implied line going on. So you can see here, what I've also decided to do is I'm also going to cut like a circular hole in the middle of the bridge, and you'll be able to look down in it and see the water below. So that's another thing I'm going to add. Alright, and now I've got the other half of the first half of the bridge copied over. So there you can see that. I've also got like you can see that capstone in the very center on the top, and I'm very happy with it. I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, now I'm just gotta copy it over to the other side. I gotta mirror it, and then I think I want to add something in between the two bridge pieces as well. So I'll have to think about that. Okay. Oh yeah, I really like that. So you can see I've kind of used it to create like a integrated lighting solution. It really blends in well with these yellow frog lights. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna carry on with in all the corners. So now all that's left to do is just to copy it over to all the sides. And there we go. There we have it. And you can also see that I've added some of the smooth stone in on the corners too, just because I don't know, it kind of gives it like a implied border. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that floor turned out. So along the border of the bridge, you can see, just to thicken up the deck a little bit, I've added this kind of meander pattern, and it's backed by the glazed terracotta too. So I'm happy with that. Now the next question that I kind of need to address is what am I going to do on the sides that face the front and also the side that faces the pavilion. I think I'm going to make them the same on either end, but yeah, I just need to get it figured out. I'm going to go in and maybe I'll do something with this kind of base line, but we'll see. We'll just see where it takes us. I'm also going to add some circular windows right above the arches, so you can see that there. And I think they'll also be in line with the circles that are in between, like the columns on the sides as well. So that kind of works out nicely. Just need to figure out how to situate it. Maybe I'll work with the tangents of the circles, or I don't know. I'm still kind of fleshing it out here. Now something I wasn't really thinking of, which I really should have been thinking of, is the interior, because it's kind of awkward and it just seems kind of chopped off a little bit. Like you can tell this is like, it's just not, you're not supposed to see it like this. So I need to figure out a way to kind of make these things come to terms with each other without it looking awkward. And that's going to be a little difficult. I think I'm going to have to try this a few times. That could be interesting, or maybe the arch extends inward, but I don't know. I need to figure it out. So now, by complete coincidence, I have a solution. You can see on the mirror here, the circle on the left is a reflection of the circle that is the window. You see that? It's like a book has been opened outwards, and it's the same on both sides. So that's my solution. That's my solution to that problem. You don't have to conceal the exterior flower. We're just working with it how it's like poking through both sides, but it works. It works. Thank God for using a standardized set of building things to make everything. So now we got that bad boy mirrored all around and all sides. You can see I've also done that center arch as well, and I put a capstone on that, a smaller capstone, just because I felt like it was a quite prominent archway. But yeah, I'm very happy with it, and you can see how it ties into everything. I'm a fan of how it all joins together. So I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy, and you can see that that Louis Sullivan-esque terracotta, ornamentation as well that I've kind of included. So now, of course, there's always questions that are posed to us, but now what I think I'm going to do is figure out what to do about the river, because the river doesn't. It's kind of at a weird. It's kind of at a weird trajectory. So I think I'm going to flatten it out a little bit and see if I can move the river. Okay. I'm going to cut it. Here we go. Don't kill me, computer. Don't kill me. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, that went better than last time. This kind of stuff used to crash my game, but I guess this is a little better than my old computer was. Now I just got to make this not ugly and gray anymore. Ah, check this out. This is the erode tool for the world edit brush, and it just lets me carve it out, and I don't have to like replace any blocks or anything. It knows. This is gonna make the river thing really easy. So there we have our basic shape for how I'm gonna kind of reroute the river. So now I'm gonna like cover up all this other river stuff because I don't need it anymore. It's irrelevant. So let's see. I might have to trial and error that one a little bit. I don't know an easy tool for that. This one's not quite doing what I want it to. Blob, 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 blob. I'm gonna fill it in with blobs and smooth it over. That's my solution. I'm sure there's a better solution out there. I'm not the world's most experienced with these world edits, so this is the best I'm gonna do. It's sort of like working with clay. Like it's sort of like digital clay. You get big blobs and you throw it, and it's like making a statue, and then you smooth it, and then you carve it, and then you give it features. So now that I got the landscaping squared away for now, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do on the above this open area on the bridge. And I think I'm gonna kind of take inspiration from the trellises that I've seen like in the rest of the area. So I'm gonna kind of add like these trellises that plants will grow down off the roof, and I think it'll make an interesting interior to the bridge. I guess it's kind of a pavilion in itself, the bridge pavilion. So you can see I've got this like central circle, and that kind of mirrors the circle both on the bottom, but you can see that it's also in line with the archway, the central archway. So it's kind of mirroring different things from throughout this bridge pavilion, and that's kind of like what the side parts do too. That that kind of improvised almost mistake that happened. Now it's starting to become kind of a driver for the design of this area. So I kind of took a step back and redid that circle very slightly. I made it slightly smaller because now I'm kind of leaning into that kind of mirroring type of theme, and you can see that now you've got like this like stripe of sky that's visible, and that kind of mirrors like this red stripe that you see on the archways too. So I'm just kind of playing with negative space a little bit, since it is kind of a trellis. So I think it might be kind of cool if I do like this checkerboard thing. Yeah. The trapdoors, the mangrove trapdoors, they do really nicely for like top trellises, and they kind of they got circles in the middle too, and we're dealing with a lot of middle circles, so I think that's perfect for what I'm trying to do. So I'm definitely gonna do more of that. And we're working with negative space. There's kind of a ambiguity in a checkerboard, so I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan. So here we have the completed trellis. You can see I've added some more circles in here, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. So I think that pretty well completes at least the built part of the bridge area. I'm going to put some plants on there at the very end, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy. So you know what that means? It means it's tower time. Alright, so what I'm going to use is I want it to be based off of the parts that are already here. So I think I'm going to use the pillars and things for the bottom part, and I'm gonna modify this. I'm going to mirror it. I'm going to modify it, and that's what I'm going to use to define the base of the bottom part of my tower. I think, just so it all ties into the whole design as a whole. Alright, so I got it all reflected and everything. Now I need to figure out how I'm gonna block this in, make it an interior space instead of a kind of exterior garden area. So I need to. This might be like the base of my windows or something. Maybe they'll be like giant stained glass windows or something, because we are working with stained glass here. So yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna kind of start with it at least. And of course we can't forget the floor either. So that'll just be a smaller version of the floor in the bridge pavilion. Now for the stairs to get to the top, I've opted for a spiral staircase because that's pretty simple, and I think it looks nice. It's a nice formal thing. It's maybe not the most practical stair. I could always do a bubble elevator, but I wanted something kind of sculptural, and I thought it wasn't as intrusive as maybe another type of stair. And of course it would allow me to this will allow me to make those windows and not have them be interrupted by stairs coming out of the side of the wall or something. So that was my reasoning behind that. And now we have the stained glass window finished. I opted for a lot of blues because there's a lot of blues with the stained glass and everything, and it contrasts well with the red brick. So that's the window color I chose. There also needs to be some paving in between the towers and the entrance to the bridge. So this is what I got here, and I kind of tried to mimic like the kind of drainage things that go in the other gardens, but yeah, I'm happy with it. It's just kind of a simple little thing to get you from place to place. So for the upper layers of the tower, I don't want it to be as beefy as the bottom layer. I know some people like their beefy 5 layers, but I want this to be lighter on the upper parts and maybe more refined. Refined is kind of relative, but I think I'm going to do something definitely lighter. I'm going to use more glass, so that's kind of like what the dome does on the pretty pavilion. But yeah, we'll see what we do up here. I'm thinking something maybe kind of Art Deco a little bit. That might be kind of interesting. Just kind of influenced by it. So you'll have to apologize for the sudden jump in progress, but I've seemed to have lost a little bit of my footage. But you can see kind of what's going on up here. The supports are thinner on the sides. You can see I've used more glass. You've got these center windows here, which are yellow, just like how the centers of the flowers on the arches on the first floor are yellow. You can also see that on the sides that the sun rises and sets on, they've got entrances and exits because the ledge is a little bit further on those sides, so you can kind of walk out there, but it would be kind of it'd be kind of cramped. It'd be kind of a cramped situation if you were to walk out on the sides with the arch windows. Alright, now time for the roof. The roof. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to kind of get a basic shape going, and then I'm going to, reflect it onto all the other sides like I've done for, the rest of the project. But I think this roof shape might be kind of inspired by the Chrysler building. So I'm going to kind of try a couple different things here. Okay, let's see how this outline works. Yeah, I like it quite a lot. I think it, it kind of, it's a little bit elliptical on the top, and I think that works well. And I think it would work well if it was viewed from a distance as well. Now I need to figure out what should I fill it in with? What should I fill it in with? I definitely want to do something blue, but I don't think I'm going to do glass. I think it's going to be solid fill. So maybe I'll use a mix of blue blocks or something. Alright, let's get it filled in here. Let's see. Yeah, it's a start. It's a start. I definitely do want to have some of this blue glazed terracotta, but it needs some more things. I've seen this blue glazed terracotta be used on servers before, because it does kind of look like shingles, but let's try adding in some other blue blocks, maybe concrete, lapis. I know lapis is a pretty vibrant block, and it's kind of got a little bit of a sheen to it, which could be nice. But yeah, maybe I'll add some kind of pattern or something to the roof, and yeah, that can help break things up a little bit. I also want to add just these bricks along here, just because I feel like the glazed white terracotta borders are just too thick, so this kind of thins them out a little bit, makes them a little more subtle. Since it is so, lightness on the top, we need to have light stripes. Okay, so now I have it to where it kind of starts as a dull blue on the bottom, and then it gets kind of brighter up until that pure lapis on the top. And I think that looks good. I really like that. So that's what we're going to stick with, but I need to add just a couple more things. It's still missing something. Maybe I can add something with this glazed terracotta stuff. Let's see. Maybe I try and add some like bands or something. Yeah, that could definitely work. So there we go. Now it's all banded up, and I think I'll call that a pretty well done tower. Okay, time to mirror it over now. Let's see how this turns out. Hope it doesn't end terribly. These things can get messed up big time. Alright, so copy. Flip. Which direction? North. Flip north. Flip north. And paste. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We just cooked it with Crisco. I also need to add in some vegetations and stuff too, but yeah, there we go. It's all coming together. Yes. Beautiful. Wonderful. So now, the last big thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this pavilion some life, because while I do enjoy it, I do think it's a nice space. I think if I add some leaves in here, and I'll kind of make them like the wisterias that were in the other parts of the gardens. I think if I add this, it'll just give it that little bit of extra something, this little organic element that'll really make it a nice experiential space to be in. And from the middle, I'm gonna add these vines that are kind of like ropey, and they're kind of like looping through. Yeah, I'm liking the vibes here. I'm digging it. Okay, and here it is with all the flowers and plants. I think it adds a lot to it, just that little thing. Yeah, I'm very pleased. I am very pleased with that. You know, now that I look out at these fields though, now the fields seem kind of bare. I'm gonna add some trees to these fields real quick. Hold on, with World Edit. Just gonna kind of paint them in with my brush. They're gonna be kind of haphazard, and for some reason they're kind of wilting. I hope they don't completely wilt all of them. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of put them around, and oh, well, maybe not that one, but yeah, I just want to give the impression of having a dense forest just all around here. I think it'll give it quite a bit of life. Yeah, and I'll just kind of get them around here. Oh, wow! You see what that does? You see what atmosphere it has now? All right, so I'm just gonna kind of go through here like I was on a boat or something, and yeah, just look at that. Wow, I'm very pleased with. Even though they're kind of crappy, haphazard trees, you're not really gonna focus on them. And yeah, you can see all of it over that tree line there. Just adding those trees, I think it just really, that's what it needed. Yeah, and you look at it from this bridge here. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm a big fan of what that did. Yeah, oh man, it's really done something. Really done something nice to the whole build. All right, I'm gonna fly through it here just as a little finale for this part. So get some views for the viewers to enjoy. So you can see we got the front here with the towers. That's nice. That kind of opens you up to it. It kind of starts things off, and you fly through here. Get a good look around the bridge. Yeah, look at all those trees, and then you're in the reflecting pool area. Then you're at the pretty pavilion. So I'm very happy with the progress that I've made for this part of the project. Very happy. Very happy. Wow. I hope you all have enjoyed, and well, make sure to press all the buttons, like, subscribe, do all the things. Alright, bye-bye everybody.